Welcome to our research study presentation, Determining the True Color Measurements of Historic Dress with a Mobile Spectrophotometer and an Adapted Zone Grid System. Determining the true color of a historic garment can be difficult when the materials are faded and/or discolored. Often visual identification is the only measure used to determine and report the color of an object. The absence of an accurate and objective color measurement during the accessioning process makes long-term color degradation assessment difficult. This study investigates the accuracy and replicability of a mobile spectrophotometer and app used systematically with an adapted zone grid system to objectively determine the true color of historic women's swimsuits within a museum collection. The color assessment cycle in the collection's management of historic dress includes the following 3 steps. Step 1, Human, is the benchmark color assessment taken solely through visual identification. Step 2, Information technology. The color of the object in the photograph can be measured using a white balance and/or a colored checkered card. And Step 3, Information technology, includes the accurate color calibration of camera, monitor, and printer. During the accessioning process, an object goes through an extensive examination during which vital information is recorded, including its physical condition. For objects of dress, the color of an object is most often described in general terms, such as a blue dress or pink shoes. At the present time, there is no known standardized color terminology. We developed an adapted zone grid system for objectively assessing the color of historic garments, given that, as opposed to manufacturing but advocated in archaeological grid mapping, all areas under investigation are equally important in terms of representation, preservation, and sustainability. The NICS Pro mobile spectrophotometer used to take the color measurements was selected for this study based on the affordability, usability, mobility, and its ability to provide color measurement in the CIE lab color space. The Adapted Zone Grid System is used along with the NICS Pro mobile spectrophotometer and smartphone app. The CIE Lab color space, developed in 1976 by the International Commission on Illumination, is used to mathematically describe the color perceptions of the human eye. The color space is not device dependent, which is important for individuals who need to accurately describe color. We conducted hands-on workshops at 2 Museum Archive academic conferences in which the participants beta tested the Adapted Zone Grid System and the NICS Pro mobile spectrophotometer for reliability and accuracy. Swimsuits representing the 1920s through the 1950s from the Fashion Archive were selected for the hands-on workshops based on the fact that they could be measured within the workshop time frame and are garments worn in the sun and water, elements which degrade color. Now let's look at the results. 1920 swimsuit. On the left is a photograph of the 1923 swimsuit. On the right are its individual color measurements using the Adapted Zone Grid System, the NICS Pro spectrophotometer, and mobile app. The individual color measurements were input into the Excel spreadsheet formulated to calculate the true color measurement based on the combined measurements of the front and back of the swimsuit. Prior to the workshops, we took color measurements for each of the swimsuits. Our true color measurement is labeled Standard. The true color measurement for the Standard, Workshop 1 and Workshop 2 are listed sequentially next to the true color swatch. 1930 swimsuit. On the left is a photograph of the 1930 swimsuit. On the right are the individual color measurements. The true color measurement for the Standard, Workshop 1 and Workshop 2. 1940 swimsuit. On the left is a photograph of the 1940 swimsuit. On the right are its individual true color measurements. The true color measurements for the Standard, Workshop 1 and Workshop 2. 1950 swimsuit. On the left is a photograph of the 1950 swimsuit. On the right are its individual color measurements. The true color measurement for the Standard and Workshop 1. The findings for the beta test conducted at the 2 workshops are: 1. 100% of the participants were able to use the Color NICS Pro spectrophotometer and mobile app to conduct a color reading of an object, apply and use the Adapted Zone Grid System, and use the spreadsheet. However, only 70% of the participants were able to correctly input the color measurement data. 2. Further testing with a larger sample will be needed to determine reliability in calculating the color measurement of an object, which is important specifically for the human assessment of color during the accessioning process. We are encouraged with the results and believe the use of the Adapted Zone Grid System coupled with the mobile spectrophotometer could be very beneficial for determining the true color of an object and provide better overall long-term conservation of objects. Thank you for watching and for your interest in our color research. Please feel free to contact us for further inquiry.